Good morning, Virgo. Look at you right now. Probably wearing sweatpants. Maybe haven't showered yet today. Bank account doing its usual disappointing thing where it's smaller than you need it to be. Mirror showing you the same face you've been seeing for years. Fine, whatever, but nothing that makes strangers stop in their track. Hold that image. Now incinerate it. Because the version of you that exists 6 months from now is so radically upgraded from current model that if past you met future you on the street, past you wouldn't recognize future you as the same person. I'm not talking about buying nicer clothes or getting a haircut or finally losing those 10 pounds you've been meaning to lose. I'm talking about total physical and financial metamorphosis, so complete that when people who know you now see you then, they're going to ask what happened, what changed, what you did, what you're on, whether you had work done, whether you won the lottery, whether you sold your soul, because clearly something massive shifted and they need to understand what, because you look like you and you're still you, but simultaneously you're absolutely not you anymore. Here's what's already in motion that you can't see yet. Your face is going to change, not your actual bone structure, although cheekbones get more pronounced when you're not retaining stress in your jaw, when you're sleeping 8 hours because you're not anxious about money, when you're eating actual food instead of whatever's cheapest. But mainly, your face changes because of what happens behind it. Confidence does something to facial muscles. Security relaxes features that have been tight. Happiness literally alters how light hits your face because you're not scowling anymore, not furrowing your brow, not carrying tension in your expression that makes you look harder and older and more closed than you actually are. People are going to start describing you as glowing. You'll think they're being nice. They're not. You're literally going to be more luminous because stress toxicity is leaving your system and being replaced by the specific radiance of someone who stopped fighting their life and started enjoying it. Your body is going to cooperate in ways it currently refuses to. Right now, you're probably fighting yourself, trying to force workouts you hate, trying to restrict food in ways that make you binge later, trying to manipulate your physical form through willpower and self-punishment, and it's not working because you're operating from lack, from I hate how I look and I need to fix it. That energy produces trash results. But when the money comes, and it's coming, we'll get to that, you're going to have access to things that make physical transformation almost automatic. Not because you can afford surgery, although you could if you wanted it, because you can afford the trainer who actually knows what they're doing. The nutritionist who designs meals you don't have to think about. The personal chef if you really get your money up. The massage therapist who unknots damage you've been carrying. The meditation teacher, the yoga instructor, the somatic practitioner who helps you heal relationship with your body so it stops being enemy territory you're trying to conquer. Plus, you'll have time. When you're not grinding 40 plus hours a week at job that drains you, you have energy to move, to dance, to hike, to have sex that's actual cardio, to sleep properly so your hormones regulate so your body can actually build muscle and shed what it doesn't need. Your hotness isn't going to come from deprivation. It's going to come from abundance, from having resources to take care of yourself the way you've always deserved. Now, the money. You're going to be rich. Not comfortable rich. Not I can finally stop checking my account balance rich. Actually rich. I forget what things cost rich. I'm solving problems by throwing money at them rich. I'm investing because I have excess capital rich. And it's not coming from your job. Your job, if you're even still working it by the time this hits, is not the vehicle. The money is coming from something you built while you weren't paying attention. Side thing, hobby, skill you developed because you enjoyed it, thing you made because you were bored, system you created to solve your own problem that happens to solve other people's problems too. You're going to discover that thing you did for free or for fun has commercial value you completely underestimated. And when you start charging appropriately, when you start scaling it, when you start taking it seriously instead of treating it like your little weird project, it's going to generate income that makes your salary look like pocket change. Or investment you forgot about or never expected to pay off is going to mature. Crypto you bought as joke. Stock someone gave you. Real estate you inherited. Lawsuit settlement. Insurance payout. Something that's been germinating in background is going to bloom into actual substantial money that changes your entire financial foundation. Or you're going to be offered opportunity that's scaled so differently from your current situation that you'll have to check if it's real. Contract worth what you currently make in a year for 3 months of work. Consulting arrangement that pays you more per hour than you make per day right now. Partnership offering equity that's actually valuable. Something that looks too good to be true but isn't. It's just what happens when you've developed expertise and someone who has resources needs exactly what you know how to do. The mechanism matters less than the result. You're going to have money, real money, enough that you stop thinking about it constantly, enough that you can be generous without calculating cost, enough that you can make decisions based on what you want rather than what you can afford. And here's where the hotness and the richness amplify each other exponentially. When you have money, you can afford to look good, custom clothes that fit, skincare that works, haircuts from people who understand your specific hair, dental work you've been postponing, wardrobe that makes you feel like you instead of like you're wearing costume. Your physical presentation improves not because you're vain, but because you finally have resources to express yourself accurately instead of settling for whatever you can afford. When you look good, you make more money. Unfair? Absolutely. True? Unfortunately, yes. People give opportunities to people who look successful. Confidence that comes from knowing you look good makes you negotiate better. Better jobs, better rates, better deals all become available because humans are visual creatures who make snap judgments, and when you show up looking like you've already won, they treat you like winner. So the money funds the hotness, which generates more money, which funds more hotness, which generates even more money, until you're in an upward spiral that's self-reinforcing. Your social life is going to transform. Right now, you probably have friends who are fine but not particularly exciting. People you hang out with out of habit more than genuine connection. Your richness and hotness are going to attract different caliber of human. You're going to meet people who are also hot and rich and who operate at frequency you're rising to. Your network is going to upgrade because you'll have access to spaces you couldn't afford before and bandwidth to be social instead of exhausted. You're going to date up, way up. People who previously seemed out of your league are going to pursue you because you're not out of their league anymore. You're in it. And you're going to have to learn to navigate that, how to tell who likes you versus who likes your money, how to maintain relationships with people from before while integrating people from after, how to be hot and rich without becoming insufferable about it. That's going to be its own learning curve. There's shadow side worth naming because I'm not going to lie to you. Some people are going to hate it. Your glow up is going to trigger people who are stuck. Your success is going to make people who are struggling feel worse about their situation, and they're going to blame you for that feeling instead of examining their own choices. You're going to lose friends who can't handle your evolution. Family members are going to have opinions about your money and your appearance and your choices, and none of those opinions are going to be supportive. You're also going to have to develop skills you don't currently have. How to manage wealth so you don't blow it. How to handle attention without letting it inflate your ego into something unrecognizable. How to stay grounded when everything external is validating you. How to use your hotness and richness for good instead of just for flex. But honestly, those are high quality problems, the kind you should be grateful to have opportunity to solve. Here's what you need to do to accelerate what's already coming. Stop hiding. Stop playing small. Stop dressing like you're trying to disappear. Stop apologizing for wanting nice things. Stop pretending you don't care about being attractive or wealthy, because caring about those things doesn't make you shallow, it makes you human. Everyone wants to look good and have money. Pretending otherwise is just performance of false humility that serves no one. Start investing in yourself now with whatever resources you have. Can't afford trainer? YouTube has free workouts. Can't afford chef? Meal prep exists. Can't afford nice clothes? Thrift stores have quality pieces if you're willing to hunt. Do what you can with what you have while knowing that soon you'll have more to work with. Start treating your side thing like it matters. Stop giving away your expertise. Stop undercharging because you're scared no one will pay full price. Stop being precious about your hobby. If it has value, monetize it. If people want it, charge for it. Your resistance to making money from your gifts is the only thing preventing money from being made. Most importantly, start seeing yourself as hot and rich now. Not in delusional way where you're pretending you're something you're not, but in energetic way where you're aligning with the version of you that's coming. Walk like them, talk like them, make decisions like them, treat yourself like them, because you become what you practice being. And if you practice being the hot, rich version of you before external reality catches up, you'll be ready when it does, instead of self-sabotaging when opportunity arrives, because it doesn't match your self-concept. 6 months, maybe less, possibly a year if you're particularly resistant to change, or if you have more healing to do before you can hold this level of abundance. But it's coming. The hotness, the richness, the version of you that you've always known was possible but thought was only available to other people, to people with better genetics, to people with trust funds, to people who got lucky. Wrong. It's available to you. It's already yours. You're just living in the gap between current reality and approaching reality, and that gap is closing faster than you think. Get ready. Actually, you know what? Don't get ready. Getting ready implies you need to earn this or prove you deserve it. You don't. It's coming whether you feel ready or not. whether you believe it or not, whether you think you deserve it or not. The only question is whether you're going to receive it gracefully when it arrives or whether you're going to reject it through self-sabotage, because some part of you still believes that hot rich is for other people and not for you. Spoiler, it's for you. You're about to be so hot and so rich that current you won't recognize future you. And future you is going to look back at current you with so much compassion for not knowing how close the transformation was. It's happening. You have no idea, but you will. Soon,